So yo, you guys, man, yeah, man, I got the job, man. I got the job, working down at Gallery Place, man, here in DC, man, and everybody, who I went to school with, on a Friday night, they'd see me or they'd recognize me and be like, man, don't you work at the movie theater down Gallery Place? And I'd be like, yeah, I work at the movie down Gallery Place. But man, it was a fun experience, getting the job because this was my first job. I had summer jobs before, here in the city, they help some, most of the kids or whatnot, get jobs and help them stay busy and stuff throughout the program. I mean, throughout the summers and stuff. So, hey, that's what's up, and the way you can earn money, because, man, them summer job checks, man, came in handy. But yeah, man, this was my first job. And not only that, like I said, man, I'm still in high school. I'm in this is my 10th and 11th year. Like I said, came out of Shaw. They had made me do, the whole ninth grade, sort of, take ninth grade classes over. So I did the whole 10th and 11th grade years. So, man, working there, it was an experience, man, of a lifetime. And to be honest with you, man, it's the only job I ever had. The only job I ever had, this podcasting and all this, I don't consider it a job. If you love something, you do something you love, you ain't got to work a day in your life. So, hey, that's true. But, yo, man, this was the first job. It was, it was very, very new. Getting the job, like I said, my man Danny and also my sister, Antoinette, man, she got the job. And, I was like, oh, man, that's so cool. And, me and Danny used to always go to the movies besides that one time that we went. And neither one of us had no money. But, yo, man, we would always go down Gallery Place. We'll go to, a couple other ones, but Gallery Place was the main one. And, that was that was my sister, she was working there and that was her job, and Danny also, and they was together at that point, man. I was like, yo, man, for real, I'm hopping on that Joan. I'm going down there, put an application in, and yo, man, it was like, man, hey, you always down there, and you always down there, and you at the place, man. That's kind of like showing them, all right, we could give this person a job, because, man, even, after I got the job, people will always sort of hang down there all the time and be like, yo, man, I think I should get a job here. And, some, will wind up getting a job, because, you was always down there, and I pressed her out, pressed the GM out, like, yeah, I want the job, and I got the job, man. My mother was excited for me, and, it just was like, yeah, I wasn't determined in my life, at all to let my disability define me or, dictate where I go in life, because, man, after working, it was like, man, I I got my own paychecks, but I still gotta, hey, mom, yeah, this month's rent, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But, man, just being able to just be on your own, or just have your first job, it was kind of cool. After getting the job, my mom was like, yo, due to Social Security and stuff like that, you're not supposed to be working, and at this point, I'm clueless. I'm like, what? Like, what? Really? Are you, like, serious? He was like, yeah, like, but make sure you keep all your pay stubs and everything. So that kind of like, But, when to come to find out, you have to work, when you receive Social Security, you have to work a certain amount of hours. And I didn't know that, and of course, yeah, afterwards, after I stopped working, and, I wasn't receiving, Social Security at that time, they, of course, got their money back. But it was just a simple fact that, like, man, like, you just supposed to just rely on a check once a month. Like, no, that wasn't me. Like I wasn't wanting to rely on it. Yes, it's helpful to pay on some bills at the first of the month, but I wanted to explore, be just like everyone else, because and yeah, you got family members, and yeah, you have other people in your life and tell you, man, yo, man, I don't look at you like this, so I don't see you as this or whatever. But that's cool, that's great, but the world does, though. Like like, yes, when, yes, you see it from a certain perspective, but not everyone see it from a certain perspective, and it does not mean that everyone has to, but this is the world, this is reality. You feel me? So just as a person be like, man, I don't look at you like that. Yo, in this world, and each and every day that I have to live and do my daily stuff, that's what I gotta deal with. You feel me? It's multiple challenges in life, though. But man, yo, man, getting a job, nonetheless, all that other crap, though. But getting the job, man, was really, really cool, man. It was really cool. Got to meet a couple of famous people. Got to meet Kirk Franklin. Just been great times. Seeing the movies early. Met great friends. Throughout it, man. I met a guy, man, named Aaron, man. That was my homie, dog. Like we just connected, and it was all off of wrestling. All off of wrestling. Another guy, named Daryl, was awesome. It was just so many, things, coming across, when I think back, and I think of, my time there, was awesome. Would I would love to relive it all over again? Sure I would, Sure I would, man. Sure I would. But during the time, working at the movie theater, man, I'm still in school. So my schedule was just Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, because they were skeptical about what can I do. Can I do this or can I do that? And that was my whole motive, to prove that I can do more and not just sit at a computer and put in information for Crown Club cards, stuff like that. But man, it like I said, it was a great time. But in school and stuff like that, man, like I'm coming up on my last year in high school, and man, like I tell everybody, I had the half a day schedule, and the half a day schedule was lit, man. Cause yo, if I get to school, I get to school, man, cause I had to catch a school bus, man. But as soon as I got to that my final year, I was like, man, I don't really want to catch a school bus, because I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be like everyone else. You always ride the school bus. That's what people do. If you're in a wheelchair or you got crutches or stuff like that. That's what you do. You feel me? And I wanted to be different. Especially I was getting older. And I just, like I said, I wanted to fit in. But so if the school bus, for example, come and get me, in the morning, but if I have a half a day schedule and then get there and the first period, teacher wasn't there, man, I'm out of there, man. I'm going to the library. I'm about to go, hang at the movie theaters. I'm chilling, especially I got a half a day schedule, and then my first period teacher didn't end, so my second, so I did that every now and then, because everybody was like, man, everybody, skip school, and I was like, well, I can't skip school. I catch the school bus. So I catch the school bus. There's no way I can skip school. So yeah, man, on them days, man, I got caught the school bus, and then I was like, man, I'm gone. I'm out of there. It was one time where I think it was a field trip, at Dunbar. And they was like, man, where you going, man? I said, I'm going on the field trip, man. I made that left, man. I got the fuck, but yo, man, I did everything I had to do, and high school was one of the most exciting times, from the prom, from homecoming, that whole 12th grade year, it was dope. I didn't go to the prom with nobody though, but I went by myself, and just enjoyed, every, single moment, that I, had left in high school. And, of course, when you're in that last year of high school, they, trying to figure out, what college you're going into. I wanted to go to mass media, I think, institution, uh, in Madison, Wisconsin, because I always wanted to be in some type of, video, production, editing, graphic, stuff like that, I watch a lot of TV, but I don't watch it for a lot of the reasons some people may think I watch a lot of TV. I watch a lot of TV, maybe I might turn on the news just to hear them maybe mess up a little bit because it's live TV, or just to hear, just to see certain things, or, for example, like wrestling, been watching it all my life, it's more to it, like the camera angles and everything, the video packages. And I think WWE, it's not even I think, and I was just saying this on the podcast, WWE got one of the best production teams out there as far as, wrestling, putting together. But, that's what I wanted to do. And I also wanted to go down to Fort Sale University though. But, I wanted to, of course, stay, close here. And also my mom wanted me to stay close because, of course, it was so many, things that I would have to factor in. I was in a wheelchair. Where was I going to stay? How was I going to get around? If my wheelchair break down, who going to come fix it? The company maybe not out there. You feel me? So it was so many challenges, man. So, I took some time. I took some time, right after high school, and just, continue working. Continue working. But I will eventually sign up to go to community college, and here in DC, CCDC. And I remember my mom, breaking down, crying, because I believe I was the only person, out of my mom's children, or her, to attend a college. So, it was something that I always wanted to do, but it was something I wanted to do to get to where I was going. And, college, man, college ain't, hey, it ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody though. Like I said, man, I'm in school right now and I'm working, so I'm doing everything I gotta do. So man, I mentioned earlier that how when I saw my sister, graduate from, I believe it was Anacostia, and man, it was just like, yo, she made that shit look so good. Like, I'm ready to like graduate. I'm ready to leave, and I never thought that moment, would come, but of course it came, man. It was like, whoa, it was just, you were just dreaming about it. But yo, I graduated, man, and had my family there, and my sister screaming out GB, and all that. If people don't know, GB was me and my brothers, rap group, but yeah, man, school, man, was fun, like I said, getting into that community college, it was just like, I'm so I'm not gonna be doing anything with computers or anything like that. Like, so we gotta be doing other stuff. So it was just, like, nah. As time, go on, and as time going by, still living, of course, with daily struggles in life, as far as, with my disability. It was this one particular time, that really, really stuck with me. I was on the way. It's actually a funny moment, but hey, but I got up earlier that day. I got up early. I was going to work. I'm out of high school now, so I'm like, yo, yes, I graduated, got my cap and gown and stuff. So, I'm, like I said, I took some time off, and I just said, I'm just gonna go back to work, and see where, everything leads at, if I'm gonna go to school or not. And on this particular day, WWE, everybody know, like I said, I'm big fan of a big wrestling fan. One particular day, they had a new video game out, and I was like, yo, man, I want that jump, right? I want it. So I said, yo, I'm gonna wake up earlier so I can leave out, head to maybe the game store, Best Buy, whatever, to get to cop the game or whatever like that. So got up early, and my brother, came over, I think the night prior, chilled with him. He left out, maybe 30, 40 minutes before, I was about to leave out. And, at this point in time, my disability is like, it's weighing on me, it's like, it was hard to move. You know, it was really like hard to get around and stuff like that, in which it'd be normally easy, you know, maybe I ain't gonna say easy, but it would be normally from getting in my chair to really needing help, you know, to even sit up off the floor, you know. So man, like I just remember those times, you know. And the funny thing about that, because um I always give the glory to God, you know, to see how far, you know, I come. You know, we all come in life, you know, you just gotta give the glory to God. But the funny part about that, I still wanted the video game. I still wanted the video game. So I got to work on time. You know, I just got up early enough so I can just try to make it to the store, but I couldn't make it to the store. So get to work, man, and I'm like, all right, bet I got a break coming up. You know, take a break, man. You know, one of the managers, there was a couple of managers, you know, did not like. I don't know, any person who work at a job don't like a manager there, but yeah, man, I was like, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna run to the store real fast. So I'm gonna hop on a train at Gallery Place, around 2 stops to like Pentagon City, I believe. And which I did, and I got the game though. I got the game, but I was late, of course. You know, I think I, you know, was still at the store like 35 minutes into my break, and they called me and was like, "Yo, where you at, man?" Yeah, and then they ripped me up, and on the written up sheet and stuff said left to go get video games. I thought that was just so hilarious though, like it's so, you know, childish and so young, man. Cause man, like me at that, you know, age, being 19, being young and dumb, you know, Facebook will remind your ass that, yo, you were young and dumb. You know, I hate the memories though, but yeah, man, that was one time that I got suspended, or, you know, written up, you know, at work though. But yeah, that was a funny moment though. But overall, you know, I was dealing with stuff. I was dealing with, you know, a lot of things in life. You know, just, you know, like I said, I didn't have a girlfriend. I didn't have someone that really, you know, yeah, you know, you had your mom and your sisters there, and they say, yo, man, you can talk to me about anything. Yeah, that's cool though, but you know, you wanted to kind of like confine into someone else though. And my brother was, you know, on a little hiatus for some time, and you know, and me and my sister bond got really tight, but at the same time, you know, I was still, you know, going through, you know, a lot of stuff, you know, mentally. You know, my eczema was really flaring up really bad again at that point. And you know, at that point I started drinking. I started drinking even more because um the pain, not only the pain, just how I felt. It was just like, man, like really, well, it gotta get better. I know it will, but I was just like, man, it gotta get better, man. So you know, hey, you know, I started drinking more. My drinking choice was at that point Paul Masson. You know, I was a dark drinker. I liked it Paul Masson and maybe some Bacardi. You know, but you know, man, times will always get better, man. Times will always get better. You just gotta put your foot forward, you know. And at this time right now that I'm dealing with all of this, I'm suspended from my job. I'm just at home. I'm just like, man, what the fuck is it to do, you know, like, and got ugly for me.